There is a lot of pain and suffering in the world today, especially when it comes to finances. So many people are struggling just to make ends meet. They're working hard but they can't seem to get ahead. You see, most people never learn anything about money or investing. They go through life just hoping that things will work out for them. But if you don't understand how money works, you're never going to be able to achieve financial freedom. Financial education is the key to breaking free from the rat race. It's the key to taking control of your life and your finances. And it's something that anyone can learn. Hey guys, welcome to Investor Facts, where you can learn about investing and how to make the best financial decisions for your life. Make sure you click the subscription button and enable the notification bell if you haven't already. Share, like, and comment. This could be quite significant since, in my opinion, people are now beginning to understand that creating money is ineffective. You see, that's their last remaining option. We offer several options. As they say, demography is destiny. Is this really the future that people are experiencing? But right now, the bond, stock, and real estate markets are all expecting bubbles. I believe that people are now beginning to realize that there might be a problem. The greatest boom in history, according to Robert Kiyosaki's demographic research, $300 trillion, take or give, vanishes in financial assets and doesn't come back for a long time. When he predicted this in 1980s, people believed that Robert was insane to think that the US could perform so well. People believed that Asia and Japan would eventually rule the world. However, this is untrue. We still have one of the biggest baby booms in history coming ahead, and they will spend and make a lot of money, causing us to have the biggest boom in history from 1983 to 2007, after which, of course, it did decline in the year 2000. That was something Robert Kiyosaki foresaw happening around 20 years in advance. Governments have already been printing more money since the initial shock. To counter a severe slump like that experienced in 2008 and 2009, print money for a whole year. It is insane to be spending $10 trillion or half of GDP, or fiscal stimulus, money printing, and rising money printing over COVID for 2 years. This demonstrates how absurd things have become. We needed governments, and we didn't. He has been making predictions ever since the 1980s, when he first began predicting generation cycles and technological cycles every 45 years. We would have the largest boom in history while generation is more like 38 or 39 years old. But it would decrease after 2007 and wouldn't resume with the millennial generation until 2023 or 2024. Since governments battled the extreme severe and would have been more even severe after the 2008 slowdown, which was expected to last into 2010, we won't have the largest bubble in history. The property investment is more secure even when it declines. And since everyone now wants this to succeed, they will pay attention to what the people have to say. Be unconcerned about debt levels. Don't be concerned about demographic changes, which are occurring at the speed of light in all affluent nations worldwide. The government will save us from this in some way. The millennial generation raises us naturally. Starting in 2024, rather than printing money, Robert predicted the baby boom event would peak and lay waste in 2007 from the outset. That is how typical it is for people to earn and spend more money as they get older. And the baby boom represented a significant generation rise. The millennial boom will be substantially shorter than the baby boomers since it won't start until 2024 and it will peak by 2037. A boom generation was defined as people aged 46 to 64. If you don't get any sleep for 3 to 5 days, you'll go crazy. All of the past innovations must be expanded and grown, and we must slow down once more, restructure, get rid of losing businesses and items, and reinvest in the future. Governments have been interfering with the free market capitalism system that has made us the richest and greatest civilization in history since 1979. Despite the fact that they have not experienced a single recession, the biggest boom in history, and right when it needs to be restructured, they mess it up. As a result, we will never be able to develop again because bad debt is never restructured. We overcame the issue where a lot of it was just bad debt management, printing money to fix issues, and other things like that. Kiyosaki claimed that, despite the greatest demographic increase in history, all of the stimulus measures were beginning to fail. Therefore, if every stimulus measure injects money into the economy, what do government do with it? They begin by purchasing bonds, but as more money is invested in bonds, it will eventually slip into higher price stocks and real estate because those are where the profits are. They will have to reduce their spending to between $250 and $300 trillion, approximately $300 trillion, or 3 times the global GDP from 1995, has vanished from the world's financial assets. Assuming you have the necessary real estate bonds in place to protect yourself, the 30-year Treasury bond is the highest quality, longest-term investment. Europe already moves more slowly than us and has much more worse demographics. After what will very certainly be a brief period of depression, the United States as a developed nation will recover. By the way, there isn't one in Europe for our millennial generation. It will be the best in the industrialized world. As a result, we come out of this stronger. Robert Kiyosaki's top investment right now would be a 30-year US Treasury bonds. Why are there no millennials in Europe? They have been around longer because they are older. People who are wealthy have fewer children and have been wealthier for longer. Rich folks have fewer children, whereas poor ones have more. Rich individuals should have more children, but we should support their natural tendency. People who already have children claim that having more will wreck their lives and that it's the best to stop at 2 children. Dimwits simply keep having children. Kiyosaki didn't want to own 30-year Treasury bonds at the time of the crash. He claims that he wants to return to the best region of the globe, which is no longer going to be North America, at returns of 1% to 2% or at 0. Asia will continue to outperform North America, while also being superior to Europe. There is nothing more basic than in terms of demographics. In the developed world, we outperform Europe, and as time goes on, Asia will be the only region to experience growth. East Asia is moving toward India, which will be the richest, greatest, and biggest nation in the world when he passes away. The value of the bonds increase as interest rates decrease. Due to decreasing inflation, 30-year Treasury bonds that were yielding 5% are now yielding 2%. Who is more valuable? Do you like the new 2% or the new 5% 30-year Treasury bond? Your 30 years are suddenly much more valuable. Therefore, bonds gain value as inflation declines, especially long bonds. Studying other countries that have experienced inflation and crashes is interesting. People keep predicting that this will result in hyperinflation. A categorical no. It won't take much inflation because it's already hurting our economy, bonds, and other things. Already, that has caused a decline. Kiyosaki asserts that we are already in the slump and that it is only getting started when he observes it. If inflation gets hidden, it will stop at 9.1% or 10% and won't return for the rest of our lives. That is his prediction. For the rest of our lives, inflation should never rise above a few percent, even if you are 20. The baby boom was a crucial factor in the inflation that followed. You know what comes after a lot of inflation? It was triggered by the generation's deflation and the boom that followed. In the industrialized world, inflation is no longer a concern. We may have inflation in Zimbabwe or in Africa, but never here. High inflation is never going to be discussed. Well, let's talk about booms and busts one more time. Harry is basically suggesting that when it comes to the 30th year, You get ready to buy more of whatever it is. As a result, it resembles us. We purchase real estate at a discount rather than at a premium price. It's when you buy, not when you sell. That's the key idea here. I believe that many real estate professionals are likely to lose their jobs because flippers still believe that the value of real estate will increase. Due to the supposed increase in property value, people are flipping the family house or taking out second mortgages on it. But supply and demand also play a role in the real estate market. In America, there is a severe shortage of real estate. Demand is increasing. Thus, as income decline, residential real estate is advantageous. People love apartments because they can back it right up to them. Even though it should have become significantly worse over the past 10 years, there have been numerous correction and boom that has lasted since 1982. They supported it. Take economics seriously. You cannot expect something for nothing forever, especially in light of the $10 trillion in combined fiscal and monetary stimulus that was implemented 2 years after COVID. If the fact that we currently experiencing a recession again doesn't indicate that there is something incorrect, you had better get up. So if you're worried about what's going to happen in the next few years, make sure you watch my video. It could be the difference between weathering the storm and losing everything you've worked for. Thanks for watching the entire clip. If you like it, kindly let us know by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Also, don't forget to enable the notification bell so you can be the first to know when we post a new video. In the following video, I'll see you. Goodbye.